Hello everyone, my name is Caden Lucas, and today I'm going to demonstrate how to bake a sirloin steak. The very first thing that we need to do is preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Okay, we're going to hit bake, we're going to hit 400, and then start. Before any time you want to cook, you're going to want to wash your hands. And after that, you're gonna want to dry. Okay. After we have preheated our oven, the next step is I'm gonna teach you how to prepare your steak. Now, you can use any ingredients you like, but I chose this ingredients. The first ingredient I'm gonna be using is an all-purpose Greek seasoning. Next, just a plain basic salt. After that, I'm gonna use black peppercorn, topping off with some onion powder, and lastly, some garlic salt. What we're gonna wanna do is add our seasoning to our steak. So I'm gonna start applying my salt. Now you don't wanna put too much salt on here. After I apply my salt, I'm gonna do my garlic salt. I'm gonna add that. Apply this on here. Okay. After I've applied my garlic salt, next I'm gonna do my Greek seasoning. Now you can put a little more on here with the Greek seasoning. I like to do that a lot. But after that, my black peppercorn. And then lastly, I'm gonna apply my onion powder. After we applied our first side of the seasoning, you're gonna wanna flip the steak over and apply the next, and do the same process all over again. Fourth step, we're going to sear the steak. Now firstly, you're gonna need a skillet, and next, you're gonna need oil. Now, I'm using olive oil. You can use vegetable oil or canola oil, but I do prefer olive oil. The next step we are going to do is we're going to want to turn our burner up to 6. And after we have done that, we're going to apply the skillet to the burner. After we have applied the skillet to the burner, we're going to add our olive oil. Now, you want to put in just enough to cover the bottom of the skillet. So just like that. Okay. After we have heated up our oil, I'm going to apply the steak onto the skillet. So you're gonna want to let it only sit on one side for about a minute because it does get brown pretty quick. But after that, we're gonna take our steak, if I can get it. Take our steak and put it on its side, and then leave it there for about a minute. I'm keeping so. After we have let our steak cook for a little bit, now we're going to want to turn our burner off, move to the side a little bit, and we're going to take our pan and grab our steak and transmit it to our pan. All right. Based on how you like your steak cooked, that will determine the time you put it in the oven for. I prefer mine medium rare, so that will take up to 10 to 12 minutes, or until the steak has reached 135 degrees Fahrenheit. There we go. The next step we're going to do is we're going to apply the steak to our oven. And I'm going to set my timer for 10 to 12 minutes. Now, if our recipe calls for a variable time, we're always going to set it on the lowest minutes. Therefore, you can add on more later. All right, the last step that we're going to do is we're going to take the pan out of our oven, and we're going to take our temp to know if we need to add more time to the steak or if it is cooked right. For the steak to be done, I'm gonna need mine at a solid 135 degrees Fahrenheit to know if our steak was cooked enough. Now, our steak is only at 100 degrees, so therefore I'm gonna have to add it in for a little more minutes. So all I'm gonna do is add the steak right back into our oven. And I'm gonna give it a few minutes to let it heat up more. All right, now that I let my steak cook for about 5 minutes, I'd say, take it out. Put it back in. I'm gonna heat it or check the temperature. And there we go. Now I'm at a nice 135 degrees temperature. All right, now after we have cooked our steak, I'm going to add it onto my plate. Be careful. On here. Now, it's a pretty good sirloin steak.